Hello, everyone. My name is Emily Henderson, and this is my environmental influence post. So the question is: explain the impact of a person's slash family's environment impact their total well-being, physical, mental, emotional, and intellectual. So I'm gonna start with physical. I think growing up, you're really focused on what the people around you are doing, whether that be your peers, your parents, your older siblings. So you kind of learn from them. So physically, if your older sibling or your peers are into sports, then physically, like, you want to do that. Or like, if it's bad eating habits, like eating out every night and never doing like a home cooked meal, that could lead to physically with your body not being okay with like diets and all of that. Um, so it's like that, and then just basically doing things like around the people that you are close to you and that you love. Um, so the next one is mental. I think how you are treated around like, growing up, and how you interact with your family, interact with your peers, and then how you develop through your adolescent years can lead to how you are mentally in your adulthood. Um, I know that from a personal experience of mine, my sister and I both have really bad anxiety, and I kind of, as she's my older sibling, I looked at her to see how she handles her anxiety. So I learned from her and learned how to handle my mental health as an adult, and I kind of followed her steps on what she did, like talking to a counselor and doing yoga. But then I found things that I enjoy, which I enjoy reading and I enjoy just being outside. So I learned from her how to handle like the start of my anxiety, but then I figured out how to do it for myself. So that's something how mentally we become is with our peers around us and who we interact with, and also just having that like mental support. Um, Especially when it comes to adolescent ages, like your body gets going through changes, you're going through changes, and making sure you have that support of like nothing like your body's going through like is abnormal, and having those older adults or your peers like tell you that. um, so the next one's like emotional. I think, as I said, with mental, like having emotional support, being an advocate, like from your family, from your peers, and from your community, like means so much. Um, when you have that emotional support with the people that you're close with, that also can lead you to having that emotional support for your cohorts or the people you meet in college or even like your future significant other, and your future kids. So having that emotional support when you're young, like you learn to bring it through the other parts of your life events and to people you meet through that way. And also, it could be like you don't have an emotional support and you learn from it and you learn how to be your own emotional support system. And you kind of realize that, like, I want to be an emotional support for somebody else. Intellectual, for me personally, I'm the first in my family to graduate from college and to go on to graduate school. My sister and my mom didn't get the chance to go to graduate from college, and I think that's shaped me because every day my mom wakes up for work and she absolutely hates it. She hates her job. It has put a big strain on her health, and I think me seeing her like that and seeing how her education, her lack of education, went to be doing a job that she absolutely hated. I wanted to make sure like I didn't do that, and that's why I pushed myself so hard, and that's why my mom pushes me so hard because she wants me to have the um, drive and like to do all the things when it comes to my future career. Um, I think that's also why I want to be a social worker so much is growing up, my dad left my family and he didn't leave anything like no money, no support, nothing. And I always felt growing up, I never had someone look out for me. And I never had someone look out for my family. Like, we tried counseling and everything, but we got kicked out because of insurance. And I think growing up, I just wanted someone to look out for me and only me. And I wanted someone to look out for my mom and her well being. And I think that's what drives me to be a social worker. So I can be the advocate for a child and for families. And you probably heard of this quote. It says, um, be the person you needed when you were younger. And that means a lot to me because when I was younger, I needed someone to look out for me and my family, and we didn't have that. So now I'm working so hard, and I have the mental, emotional support and intellectual support of my family, my boyfriend, and my peers to do that and to be that advocate for future children. So, but yeah, like I feel like how you are grow up in a community and how you interact with your family and friends, it influences you to become who you are. And it could also be positive but also negative. Like as I said, I really didn't have that. um, I had mental support but not a lot, and so I had to learn for myself how to support myself mentally, and my boyfriend's doing a good job of helping me do that. So no matter where you come from, if you have this support, if you don't have this support, being who you want to be and striving to who you want to be is your story. And one day you get to share your story, and I promise you, probably one person in there will relate to you. So, thank you.